Hello, this is Naoto. Thank you for watching this video. I've been making a lot of Hydra tutorials, Hydra jams with Floor recently, and we have this idea of making Hydra show, which is not announced yet, but we might record some more tutorials or more like focused, like talking about topics around Hydra. And in this video, it's just a more spontaneous thing I just thought about doing is to do some kind of coding challenge, which is inspired by Dan Schiffman, who's doing a lot of coding challenges around processing P5.js. But of course, in this video, I use Hydra to make something to, with some kind of specific topic, not just making random sketch. And for the starting point, I thought it's interesting to look at this project called the Recode project. It's originally started to create processing sketches that kind of is interpretation of old generative art pieces. And if you look at the website, it's called recodeproject.com. I will put the link in the description. And it's actually taken from Computer Graphics and Art magazine from 1976 to 1978. So they scanned some of the pieces from the magazine, uploaded there. And if you look at some of these sketches, you click on it, not all of them, but you can see translation or experimental version by some of the contributors. And okay, this is run on the browser. Here is the processing sketch that creates the image that is very close to the original one, maybe not super precise, but the idea is that you don't add any flavor to it, but just to recreate what was there from 1976. Also, they have this experimental version, so that that's very experimental. That doesn't show anything. I think it's the something's broken in the sketch, but just have your kind of own interpretation to it. And I'm interested, let's say like this one, because it looks a bit like Hydra. So of course in this video I will make do the recode attempt using Hydra, and I think this one would be kind of nice starting point because it looks like a bit like Hydra. And there's already someone made it. I think Makio, they're kind of super active in, oops, yeah, it's broken. P5.js and like really mesmerizing artworks, if I'm not mistaken. And the code is quite simple. It has some rectangles. I don't exactly know how this works. Maybe some kind of rectangle with an edge, like a round edge. Yeah, it's like a overlaying rounded edge rectangles on top of each other, which is really smart. And there's an experimental version with someone else. Oh wow, yeah. So this is like more like adding your flavor or interpretation to the original sketch. But I think the nice thing is like sometimes it's interesting exercise to just try out, like, well, especially when you're stuck with your ideas, you can just pick these images and try to make something new, and that kind of helps you practicing and have more different kind of techniques that you would never come up with if you just try on your own. So for this video, I have Hydra editor, and also in this OBS recording, I have the image overlay. So that would help, although I can't see it, so I need to move the browser around so that I can see both at the same time. All right, just a small thing. Okay, and I haven't really scripted anything, so I'll just try. So I don't know how long this video will take, but I'll try to like fit in around 20 minutes at maximum, because I don't think I can make it precisely, but let's see. And I don't know about the approach. Like, first of all, I would go for oscillator for sure. It's a great starting point. It already looks like something. And one thing I don't know is if I should really try to make it like the composition of these like 4 divided blocks, or start with one corner. And it could be actually interesting to just try to make it overall, because I feel it's a bit harder to like start with like the top left corner and then try to make it like duplicate but not exactly repeat. So let's see what I can do. I think it's like a kind of modulate, rotate kind of thing, because you have to divide them, and top corner is like, top left is rotated slightly a bit, top right, bottom left are not, and bottom right is also rotated. I think it's like gradient pixelate, which I always use for feedback. And let's see how it goes. No. Okay, this is because modulate, rotate, gradient. Modulate, rotate only takes a red channel, so it doesn't really take the green channel into account. So it's just like that. So I have to do something a bit. Is it right? I don't know if I'm doing something right. Or, oh no. I'm really confused now. This is over engineering. What if I do, no, this is not gonna work. And if I make shape, no, shape 1, 0. I don't know if people use this, but it's kind of interesting shape that covers the bottom, even with 0 size, which is really funny. And then I thought about repeat with this. Repeat in the x direction twice, which is of course the same, but if I add 0.5 to it, yes. Yeah, I don't know. If I explain everything, probably it will take forever to finish this video, but I just wanted to show you this chessboard. Okay, and I think I came up with this because I recently edited my Hydra book, and that's kind of the inspiration. I was thinking about something. I was refactoring some of the code, and I found this trick to make a chessboard. And if I rotate with math pi, not so bad. I would add the blurriness of shape to 0 so that there's no edge. And it's kind of a good start, I think. Although the rotation is a bit different, but it's okay. And then now the question is, how would I even add this like rounded corner thingy? So if you look at this image, actually the image overlay is a little bit blended in the recording, so it's not like obvious where is Hydra and where is the image. But if you think about it, this is hard. What if I add modulate with a shape of 4? Oops. Okay, this is definitely not what I wanted. Scroll. I'm really confused. I don't think this would work, but let's see. E. Okay, this is very weird. Maybe like, no. No, I'm just messing this up. Because I'm trying to think what's the right way to kind of apply this modulation to every single block. Yeah, it's a bit hard. Let's just focus on the top corner because I think I'm not gonna go anywhere with this. So yeah, it's getting there. Yeah. Okay, and then maybe a little bit higher. Okay, and then also this blurry edge is kind of, actually it's not easy, right? Like this? Ooh, that's funny, actually. It's not what I wanted, but it's funny. And yeah, it's definitely not what I wanted. And I guess if I just like do something like this, yeah, I can just kind of duplicate these shape modulation in every corner, so I can just skip that for now. Maybe I just do it, I just put code a bit lower so that I can focus a little bit on the top one. Now, yeah, I'm really stuck actually. And okay, first of all, within this part, the top, just focus on the top left, I have this horizontal part in the first, well, in the left part of the image. Like this part should be horizontal and this part should be more like curve. And that's really hard. I would say, what if modulate rotate? So instead of this, like invert? Okay, that's a little bit better. And also I want to change the oscillator's frequency a bit because it feels a little bit dense. And if I use math pi, like, I don't know, 10, there's always like the stripes fit in the grid or the window. And no, it's a little bit more dense, like 15. Now it doesn't fit. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this is kind of getting whatever, but it's not so bad. Maybe it was 16. Oops. Okay. And then, yeah, I really have to think about this rounded edge thingy. Oh, actually, I know how to do this. Maybe, okay, this is clearly over engineering, but if you look at, okay, let's start with a circle, which we always call circle. This is a circle in Hydra. That's a joke. And if you do modulate, this was in, I don't know if it's actually in one of the tutorials, but gradient pixelate to 2, and then brightness minus 0.5, and this has to be minus 0.1 or something. Let's see what it does. Oh, but it's a bit different. I thought this would make rounded corner thingy, but what if I make it like radius like really small, and ooh. Okay, so you can kind of duplicate the circles, which doesn't really fix the problem, but maybe it will. Shape for 0.50. Okay, this is clearly too big. That's not bad. And then I would scale it. I have no idea what I'm doing. But it kind of starting to look like a rounded rectangle. Is it? I don't know. And I think I have to do some kind of thresh in the end because it's adding luminosity onto luminosity, so it just looks white, but actually the color is like 2 or 3. And this I just have to swap them around. Yeah, this is actually amazing. I would say this is like round, corner, rect, I don't know, rect. And I would define this as a function so I can reuse it. Yeah. And in this case, I would just push it below because the code is getting longer. And okay, let's go back to this. So what I wanted is here. I want to have this rect thingy. Yes, but no, actually. Because now the problem is... Wait, what's the problem? No, this is not going to work. Because it has a sharp edge. And that's not good. And if I try to... Actually, other way of doing it is probably just like add this one to it. And then add... I don't know. How would I do that? Color? No. No, scale. 0.5. I'm just doing this for fun because... Yeah, like if I try to do this, then probably I can just copy the code. Well, like not copy the code, but this direct translation example in processing, because this is basically doing similar trick with rounded edge rectangles appears like several times and then make that pattern somehow. But clearly this is not what I want to do. I mean, it's really not Hydra kind of... Well, it's not just like it's not Hydra kind of approach, but like it's not what Hydra is good at, because also you have to overlay tons of rectangles on top of it, and that's going to be not just messy, but it's a very difficult code. Yeah, it's messy and difficult and inefficient too. So what should I do from here? I mean, it's already, the video is like 18 minutes, so clearly 20 minutes was very optimistic. Let's see if I can do something in next 10 minutes. So one of the problems here is that the rect thingy has a sharp edge. This is a sharp edge, so instead I want a blurry edge, but that's very difficult because if I do something like this, like if I try to add this blurriness to the circle, oh, what's happening now? I don't get it. Oh, because this thresh thingy. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated at this point. So I was thinking something like this, and then, but then it's very difficult to kind of blend like the gap, basically. Like if I think about something like this, how would I connect them? Or is there a better way to make a rounded shape in Hydra, but also like a blurry edge? I don't know. Because that's kind of the... Or maybe it's... I'm just overthinking. What if I just say... Okay, so instead of add, just do like modulate, rotate... Oh, what was it? shape 999, 0.1, 0.1, just a circle, and then scroll 2.3. Oh, I mean, it's clearly not what I want, but it's kind of interesting. Or it could be more just modulate. That's interesting, because you know what? What if, yeah, I can even just do like 4, and it's, I mean, I came back to what I had before, but what if, scale it so that it's like going a bit on the Y direction, and then scroll can be a little bit less. Oop. I don't know about this artifact, but it's kind of interesting. What if I do modulate rotate? Oh, that's really chaotic. Yeah, it's very difficult to control. So maybe just modulate, and I could also try with the circle. Or it could be that I need to scale it even bigger somehow. Or what if I don't even scroll it and just ignore what's happening in the other parts of the grid, but let's say I would like to say scale it a little bit. But this problem is that it's blending too much in there. So maybe I would even ignore that. But this part is really interesting, what's happening here. It's kind of something that could be used. Actually, this is really interesting. Because almost like I feel like this, if you take just this thing in the middle, it's almost like identical to what you would see here, the top left or whatever. So maybe that's a kind of good starting point after 23 minutes of video. And then, so what if I just do modulate rotate? That is a shape 1, 0, 0. So what I'm trying to do here is modulate rotate. Shape is just like bottom part. I would rotate it by math pi divided by 2. And this modulate rotate has math pi divided by 2. Oops. Okay, so that's the wrong one. Yeah, and then also I would say, so shape, if I do minus 0.3, yeah, I can push it this way, even more. Maybe that was okay. Yeah, so that's, again, not what I wanted, but it's kind of interesting. If you just look at the right half of it, it looks, well, it doesn't really look like it, but that's kind of a shame, because yeah, I think I need to do something like, so maybe instead I just need a mask of this, which probably is not the right thing because it cuts off that part. What I instead wanted was to rotate this way and then 0.15. Yes, or maybe a little bit more. No, there's 3.5. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And then I could probably like have another OSC happening in the background and just layer what was there. And I just take this out. And at this point, I would delete the whole thingy. So this would rotate. Mass pi divided by 2. Okay, that's not so bad. And I would probably make it a bit sparse. And then no, scroll. Well, I mean, okay, intuitively, after rotating, I would scroll X. No, scroll Y. 0.2. 0.23. No. Ah. 0.1. Oops. 1.4. 1.8. 1.9. Okay, I mean, it's kind of, it's something. And then, of course, I would need, okay, this scroll was actually kind of useless because in the end, what I also want is to have this here. It needs some kind of modulation that kind of goes like up. So I would add, yeah, it's actually, there's no point clearing up the space on the top. So I would say modulate. So what's the best way? OSC maybe? Whatever. So something like this. And what I want is thresh that is, it has a bit of like blurriness, which creates not like sharp like, but it's more like smooth ramping up. And the important thing is color 0, 1, so it only shifts in the vertical direction. Okay. So here I need to fine tune the parameter here somehow. That, okay, probably it's not that, not that. Okay. Where is that ramp? Okay, there's the thing. So I want to make it like this. Is it kind of working? No. Yes. Now I bring this scroll Y thingy again. I feel it's 1 divided by 8. Yes. So, okay, this is not exactly, but if you, in the end, if you take overall mask of it, no, something like this, and then you scroll, or you scroll the entire thing a little bit more. Then it's okay, it's not exactly the same. Or maybe actually, you know what? Add a bit of Y. E not. Well, okay. I mean, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Let's just keep it like this. And then I would like to duplicate it. Okay, this is 30 minutes. Okay, last thing, but this is something I'm more confident now, is that I can just like duplicate it and make a grid of this. So in order to do it, I think I'll just scale it up so that it fits here. And then repeat to 2. Kind of okay. Now, how do I rotate it? Can I just use this first thing that I did? How did I do it? I was shape 1, 0, 0, repeat. Did I rotate it? Or maybe it doesn't matter actually at this point. It's going to be repeat x 2.5, and as closing I want to add math 2. So that's not too bad, although the problem is what I don't like is the top part, bottom part, they have different, I mean, they have the same angle, although in the reference, you have them like facing different side. So, I don't know. I'm getting tired. No, of course not. I thought this would do something. How would I do that? Because rotate... Can I just rotate it again, maybe? No. But it can be that I rotate it again, but this is also rotated. Is it? I don't know. Ooh, that's interesting, because this is very interesting because... Wait, okay, I'm not going to do it clean anymore, because I just take this again. No. No. I'll take this here, the one thing, into O1, because I'm tired of this, working with this whole chain. So source O1, repeat, blah, blah, out. The same thing. And then I was thinking, if I take this out, and then can I just say layer, which has the same thing. And now, instead of this, clean it up a bit. Well, it's very messy, but this wouldn't work because I have to do mask, which again is this convenient shape 100. Oh, it was not. Okay, it's getting somewhere, but it's not quite the way I wanted. Or maybe I just need to... Oh, what if I just do this? It's kind of getting there, except the one that is not facing it right. And also half of the image should be inverted somehow, I think. Ooh, this is stressful, because I feel it's almost there and it's not. Is there any better way to do this actually? Because modulate, rotate. Because it's just about modulate, rotate. Oh, you know what? Instead of this, what if I don't repeat it? No. No. Oh! Or I just do chain them. Huh, it's the same thing. Why? Why? I have no idea what's happening at all. And probably you don't know it either. Now I start to feel that it's easier just like scroll and then add another scroll, like just manually. So for example, you have this, or even like, I wouldn't even scale this anymore so that it's smaller, and then just brute forcing. Scroll, 0.5, 0.5, oops, 2.5, 2.5, yes. And then you have add, which is the same thing, like this, and you have just a combination of those. Wow, that's very smart. Okay, and I just have to like rotate them in the way that I want. Math, pi, no, you, wait. Okay, you have to rotate it first and then scroll. And, okay, let's say, I mean, I'm somehow satisfied with this. I'm not, but I have to end this video somehow. So I'm satisfied with this. I just have to add like this. It feels something's really off. I hate this. This way, and this, no, this is fine. But I feel that the reason why it feels off is that I could just scale 1, -1 to mirror it in the, no. Ah, sorry. Sort of. Okay. Obviously, this is not exactly the same, but you get the idea. And I'm far from being happy with this result, but I think I learned some stuff, some things about like working with the shape 100, like try to craft image with that, or this rounded shape somehow with modulate with shape 999.1.1 and scale it. It's really about crafting image and less about math. Of course, I think there's like a more like a math way to fix it, to solve it. I still feel this can be shifted a bit. Yeah, maybe not. And I also feel that I need to kind of scale it because I've been working with this stretch aspect ratio. So what if I do this? Yeah, and then maybe mask with a shape. No, I should mask with a shape first. Voila. So I don't know if you're happy with this coding challenge, but at least I learned something. And oh wait, no way. The only thing, oh shit, I needed to do actually was to invert them. Well, not the only thing, but oh, but then maybe the color gets screwed. So you had to invert and mask with shape 4.50, something like that, and do the same for the last one, I guess. Okay. No, not these guys. We're almost there. This one and this one. I think I will just execute the whole code and copy this code in the link. But yeah, okay, it's not satisfying, but it's kind of interesting. And also like working with this like composition, it's really interesting way to approach Hydra, not just like applying this Kaleido or like scale or like blend modulate in the like globally. You can do like a lot of interesting stuff with composition, and I hope this is inspiring to you somehow. And also some news before I close this video. I've been working with Flor de Fuego at the Academy for Theater and Digitality. We have this a lot of stuff going on with material and Hydra, of course, and performances. I put the description link in the description, so please check it out. Also, I'm going to Colombia from, I think, August, and that's super exciting. So if you're there and if you could help me something, I really appreciate it. Please comment or send me an email or something, and let's plan something together. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Like in the video with Jorge, I managed to make 500 subscribers now. Maybe the next goal is 1,000. I don't know if it's possible, but let's see what comes out. And yeah, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it, and I hope this helps somehow. Thank you for watching.